Hi everyone.
This time we have bottles instead of mics. Well, not instead of, in addition to. So we got new equipment. Who is here today? I'm Gil Zubefeld, by the way.
I am Doron Peretz.
And I'm Dror Helper, and this is This Week in Test, if you haven't noticed.
So before we start, Wednesdays where we do our usual weekly draw, where we give out a free license of Isolator. So let's go into the control room, see who won. Who won?
Control room.
Daniel May!
Daniel May won. So Daniel, you probably know this because you're watching this after you won it, but others don't. So
Congratulations, Daniel.
Yeah. So final drawing is going to be this week, I think. So when you see it, and the coming Wednesday, this would be the final draw, and after that we're going to have a different kind of campaign. So keep watching.
Keep watching, keep tweeting.
Yeah, tweeting.
Shall we get started?
I think so.
Okay,
I'll start with my thing first. So everybody who's been on the internet in the last week may have heard of a small application called Google Buzz.
I don't know if that's an application. Outlook add-on?
Yeah, it's a Gmail add-on.
Social network thing.
Yeah, it's a social network wannabe something, a Twitter killer, Facebook.
Wave reduced.
Yeah. And finally, and the thing is that Google got a lot of backlash about not testing it properly, and they actually admit it.
Actually, the problem was that they blatantly exposed everyone's email address to anyone that wanted to follow him on Buzz.
Yeah, go spam.
So that's social networking for you.
Yeah.
No, not really. People wanted to have their personal private email as their private space, and they ended up. Well, there's a lot of activity happening behind and before the curtains.
Well, just ignore it.
Yeah, our lovely producer is crawling on the floor here.
Yeah,
she's doing it very gracefully and very quietly, so we haven't noticed at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you've seen the bunny looks
great radio, by the way.
Okay. Anyway, so why am I telling you this on This Week in Testing? Because what Google said is that they didn't test it properly, and what they said they did. Google usually have a plan of testing, internal testing, and then going to they call it a Google family or something like that, a circle of friends or people who admire Google.
And then the product is better for the rest of its life cycle.
That's one version, but it's like a beta for a closed beta, something like that. Mm-hmm. They didn't go through it this time. They don't say why, but my guess is that they rushed it out because Twitter was gaining momentum or Facebook was
According to what I heard, they had a whole year testing it in-house with 20,000 Google employees.
Which should be good enough.
But it wasn't. Why wasn't it? The speculation says that because everyone in Google is using Gmail and everyone's integrated anyway and everyone can access each other's personal details through organizational...
No privacy issues.
There's no privacy issues in the organization. You want to meet everyone. You want to be exposed.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of marketing talk. I think what really happened is that it happens a lot in different software development houses, is that you leave the developers to develop what they think is best. And it goes along with what you're saying. If I'm as a developer, I'm very accustomed to having all the data, all the information of people around me available, and the people around me feel free to give this information away. That's the way I'm going to develop as a mindset. And they didn't go out and ask these questions if people are ready to do this. And the price they're paying right now is that they currently have a war room just to handle all the publicity problems.
Yeah, they're really
development, and they just reinforce the image of Google is evil.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that if they would have had like a public beta, they would have gotten to finding this issue and fixing it.
They did. They just didn't get
for everyone who doesn't want it. You know?
Yeah. So it's a public beta.
Yeah. Another pitfall they may have fallen into is the pitfall of non-functional requirements. because privacy and security is a non-functional requirement, and us developers usually focus on functional, getting things to work.
More features.
Yeah, more features, getting things to be cool. And I don't know, privacy doesn't seem like that much of an issue. Neither does performance or stability or robustness.
And I think that's a problem that, this is more of a management problem, because Google should be more aware of this, because they're out there and they control every bit of information on the planet. But apart from that, software houses don't take privacy or security issues.
Any non-functional. Take the Twitter failwell incidents from a couple of years ago. The Twitter was a great product until it scaled up to 100,000 users or so, and then it started to fail.
Yeah, but I remember from earlier project, these are the kinds of things that you leave to the end.
Well, it's very good what he's saying here, because I have a similar article by K. Scott Adams, and he talks about Typemock principle. Typemock principle says that a student will do a non-exciting job to get to the exciting job. We're willing to make an extra effort, do something we don't like, in order to get to something we like. And he says that in software development, people prefer features over usability because our customers, our users, they can go on with the bad usability as long as they have enough features.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's saying in the post. It's amazing because it's...
I understand that when I'm paying for something, I want to see something works, and another server that I need to pay for is not something that really works.
Yeah, I think it ties in where our customers, at least until the product is released, will sometimes unknowingly give up non-functional requirements. Like I remember in this very company, in this very room, I demoed a version of the product we've worked on for a long time, ironing out a lot of performance bugs, and really we put our efforts into very clever algorithms that took care of performance issues, and then the whole review revolved around what the icons look like.
Which is the very, very important thing, because that's what people see.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that the user will be willing to give up usability for more features. That seems like a bad thing. I'm willing to
for features. You would rather have more features that are less usable than a smaller set of polished features.
Yeah, but I think that Google did it the other way around, because they had less features in Gmail, the beginning of Gmail. They had very few features, but what worked just like I wanted it to work.
Yeah.
And perhaps they lost that way, or they just had a glitch, I don't know.
Okay, so what he proposes is to lead on developers by promising them the cool features after they do the dirty work.
Well, actually, it doesn't say that, but that's what I thought initially. But it's just talking about the users, not the development.
I think we can coin the term sinister management and take it from there.
Here for sinister management.
Sinister management.
Yes.